when he was heard by everyone on the latest episode of More Than an Athlete, currently available on ESPN Plus, saying this.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For so many reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
Well, as it turns out, back in 2009, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, was asked by our pal Michael Wilbon about his place on the all-time list of NBA greatness. And here is what MJ had to say.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, all the guys that prior to me, I never had a chance to play against. What everybody's saying I am, I never had the chance to compete against other legends that was prior to me. When I hear it, I cringe a little bit because, it's a little bit embarrassing because no one knows, I never had the chance once again to play against those guys.
I need one word answer, Chauncey. Greatest
Michael.
of all time. Greatest of all time, Jalen?
Airness.
Greatest of all time?
Unanimous.
Okay, thank you very much. That being said, Jalen, I want to start with you.
Okay.
How do you feel about LeBron saying that about himself?
First and foremost, to me, LeBron officially passed Larry Bird and got into the top 5 when he won his final championship, his only championship in Cleveland. In my mind, he still has a way to go clearly to pass Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, 11 championships, 13 years, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The captain.
And my heart just won't let him pass Magic just yet. I got to see a little bit more. And so that's where I'm going on this topic. I appreciate how he's bringing this up so millennials that only saw him play can continue to say he's the guy. But guys that's been around the game and young ladies, we've seen something else that's really special as well.
I agree with everything you're saying, Jay. I love it. I love that he stepped out there. I love that he stepped out there and said that. I don't remember any other player ever coming out and saying, I'm the greatest of all time. I've never seen that before. I love that he's done that. He's on the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, but I can't put him at the top. There's no way I can put him at the top. And at the end of the day, and he talked about this, that win, beating that team, made him the greatest of all time. Maybe if he would have hit that shot that Kyrie hit,
I mean, that is a part of the narrative.
I could see him maybe saying that, but I can't go there. I'm sorry.
You know what? We should turn to our resident self-promoter.
No,
Paul.
I don't know if you can self-proclaim this because when you think of all the great players like Jalen said, Kareem, Magic, none of them has never come out and said, I'm the GOAT. That's something up to like the fans, the writers, and former players. So when they come out with these ESPN rankings and all these other rankings, let that be the judge, I think. But the self-proclaiming, he's definitely up there. He's definitely top 5 in my book. But I think when you look at the accolades, the championships, I mean, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, they're all up there. I mean, Kareem has 6 MVPs, 5 championships. Magic, 5 championships with the MVPs, So for him to come out and say it, it doesn't really, sway which way you're going to go as far as
the argument.
I just love that he said it. I really do.
You really do? See, I would think of the 3 guys up here, I hated it the most.
No, I don't hate it. Really? You know why? Because he's probably been feeling that way, and I like the fact that he just said it. It made me the greatest of all time. Whether I believe him or not,
play or championship that
like
makes
that
you that. Because it's not a play or championship that makes you the greatest of all time. It's the course of the body of work that you put in. So
if you're going to say that, he got a point.
But also, if that's the case,
he's the greatest specimen that we've ever seen.
But also,
no doubt.
His greatest individual achievement, which he acknowledged beating the Warriors, doesn't make him the greatest player of all time. That's a different thing. And also, for those that want to compare the two, Michael Jordan, when you talk about all NBA first team defensively, leading the league in scoring over 30 points per game, finals MVPs, championships, like the categories that you guys hold personal to you, like just another level that MJ's on.
Do you think this will end up being generational? Because it seems like people in our age group and higher, we sort of cringed at the idea of saying that you're the greatest of all time? Because there are living legends that you guys have all referenced. We've never heard them say anything close to that.
Right. This is definitely will be generational because there's some people before us that probably don't think Michael or think of Michael like we think of Michael. So it's definitely a generational thing, and I'm pretty sure that the young kids that didn't really see this guy MJ play as much as we did, and they see LeBron James and Kobe. You know, Kobe gets slighted in all of this, by the way, but
is that the
when
number
they
one
only
guy who
see,
gets slighted, you think?
Absolutely.
It's two.
100%.
Who's the other?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Timmy for sure, too.
And
Can you imagine him
but you know
saying
what? LeBron having these conversations and his accolades allow us and the fans to kind of put him ahead of those two guys.
But here's the crazy thing. y'all probably gonna kill me. But
Okay.
I think MJ is the greatest of all time. But I think Kobe is more skilled than any player that's ever played that I've seen.
I don't think that's.
I think Kobe's more skilled than
That's not a
anybody.
bad.
That ain't far off.
You rolling with that?
He's up there.
Oh,
Skill-wise, if we just talking about
I don't know
skill.
if that's good or bad.
But I agree with your question. LeBron putting the conversation out there allows the media and the fans to allow him to leapfrog Kobe and Tim Duncan and eliminate the conversation because he putting himself next to MJ.
What about the King James on the shoes? We're gonna let that one go, right? We're gonna let that go.
On the Jordans?
Yeah.